Hi everyone, this is Kevin DeLeon with Cengage Learning. Wanted to make a video regarding MindTap LMS integration. This might be a little bit of a long video, but I'll try to make it as short and clear as possible. So not only are we going to talk about LMS integration, or in many cases for most of my customers, Blackboard integration, but we're specifically talking about MindTap. And so the first place that I want you to go to, or that you would need to go to bring in MindTap or any of our other technologies into your learning management system, is go to your learning management system, in this case Blackboard. So I'm in my demo Blackboard account, so it might look a hair different than yours, but I made a demo account here so that I can show you how we do this. So the first thing that we're going to do is when we bring the links to access MindTap or any of our other technologies, we have to have somewhere to put them. And so over here on the left, these are different content areas that Blackboard has created automatically when the course was created. So you can put them in any of these content areas that you like. You can put some links in some areas and other links in other areas. It's incredibly customizable and flexible. But as a best practice, I usually instruct my instructors to come up here to this plus over on the left and select content area and make a content area called MindTap. Make sure that you click this box that says available to users. You want students to be able to get to it. And then sometimes I have them move it up top just so it's kind of in front of their face. Okay, so we're going to go into the folder. So now we're going to bring our content in so we can allow not only you, but also your students to access it. And so that you can do that in one of two different ways depending on the version of Blackboard that your school is using. You can go to partner content and come to commercial content, okay? Or you can come to tools and find a link that says Cengage Learning Mind Links. Either way, they both work. I think most of my customers have partner content, commercial content, so that's what I'll use. Okay, so I'm gonna go to, again, partner content, and I'm gonna select commercial content. Okay, and then initially you will see this first page, okay? And if it starts to scroll to the side like it's about to, you can just come back over here and click on this logo and you'll come here. And then what I want you to do is come down to this logo here and click on it, okay? And if you were trying to integrate CourseMate or some of these other technologies, you could click them. But for this purpose, we're gonna be using MindTap, so you can click the MindTap logo. Now, I have already logged into MindTap with my Blackboard account. Even though this is a new course, I've already done it. But if you're doing it for the very first time, you will actually now, instead of coming to this screen, you will be prompted to put in your Cengage instructor account information. Your username and password, you can email me and I will let you know what they are. I can reset your password for you. Typically, your username is your school email address, and I can help you with your password, okay? And so you are only going to see products here listed that we've deployed to your school's Blackboard server. In my case, I've got a pretty big list here. So I'm going to search for one. Okay. And so this is the one I want. I was searching for a psychology book, Pastorino, What is Psychology? Foundations, Applications, and Integration, 3rd edition, MindTap. This is the technology that I want to bring in. So I'm going to click on it. And since I'm creating this course for the very first time, or if I were creating it for a new semester, I would be getting this screen, okay? And so if I'm creating a brand new course, let's say this is the first time I'm using this book, I've never used MindTap before, ever before, or I've never used MindTap for this book before, I would create a new course. I would put in a course name, and this should be a name that is uniquely identifiable to this specific course. So I might suggest PSY 101, and then the section 005 as an example, okay? And then you would want to select a class start date, so maybe September 1st, okay? And then an end date of, we'll say January 31st. So these are very important. You want to select a course start date that is your exact course start date. The reason being is when students access MindTap through Blackboard, they get a 3-week grace period where they can utilize MindTap and all its functionality for free for 3 weeks. This is for students who are waiting for financial aid to kick in, Maybe they're waiting for a paycheck to purchase their course materials, or maybe they're waiting to see if they're going to drop the class and they don't want to go to the bookstore and break open one of the Loose Leaf and MindTap bundle packages we have set up. This way that everyone has access to this material on day one, and no one will be able to say, I can't complete one of the assignments because I don't have access. Everyone will for 3 weeks. And when you set this up on the first day, you let the students maximize that 3-week grace period. So that's very important. And then you just want to select your time zone. We are Eastern. If you want to put your course days and times, you can. Okay. And then you're going to click continue. Now, if you have already taught a course with MindTap for this book, this specific MindTap, you can copy from an existing course. Okay. You can even copy from an existing course if you've already customized one and you want to copy it for multiple sections. So let's say you're teaching 3 sections of Psychology 101, and you go into one of your sections and you do due dates and you add videos and customize it, make tests and do all kinds of stuff in there, okay? Then when you try to bring in MindTap for your next section, you, instead of create a new course, you would select copy from an existing course. And you would see that other course you had just created listed, and you could copy from it. And if you wanted to bring all the due dates over with you, you could, if it were for that same semester. If it were for the next semester, you could copy from the existing course and have everything come over except for the due dates. So in terms of some of those customizations, you really only need to do them one time, unless you progressively change them over time. And you can just copy and copy and copy and copy and copy. You can also copy from another instructor's course. So perhaps you're in a very large department and everyone's using MindTap, and you want to create a master course. One of your instructors can create that master course and then share that unique course key with everyone. If that is your situation, you would click copy from another instructor's course, and you would enter in that very long course identifier, and you'd be able to copy from it, and it would bring over everything that course has. Okay? But for this case, we're going to just create a new MindTap course. We're going to click continue. Click continue again. One more time. Blackboard is now going to ask if I want to put it in this MindTap folder, and I do. If I don't, I can browse and put it in somewhere else. But I want to put it in there, so I'm going to click submit. And there you go. You and your students now have access to MindTap. So all you need to do to access it is click on the link. Oh, and you may have noticed that I clicked on the link and nothing happened. Okay, and that is because as we integrate with Blackboard, Blackboard wants us to disable our pop-up blockers. This is something that will happen to every single one of your students the very first time they try to access MindTap, actually including you. This will happen to you on your home PC or your laptop or wherever. Okay, so if you click on it and nothing happens, you're going to get that. In many cases, you'll see a red bar come across the top with instructions on how to disable your pop-up blocker. I'm also going to share with you some videos for your students on how to disable the pop-up blocker. But this is something that you'll need to make aware for your students, and something that they will encounter when they click on this link for the first time. So I'm going to disable them now. I'm in Firefox, so I'm going to go to Options, Content, Block Pop-up Windows. Okay. And now I can enter MindTap. And before the course starts, you're going to want to enter this and open it. Make sure everything's good. There's a license agreement that you have to click through. It kind of initiates the course. So you're going to want to make sure that you do that. Okay, and here we are. You can click enter. And X, and here we are. We're inside the course. Okay, so perfect. So now we know we can get in. Okay, so additionally, if you want to bring in additional or specific links into MindTap, or you'd like to enable the LMS full grade return, I want to talk to you about that. So some of my instructors just use one link and all their students do all their activities inside MindTap. And then at the very end, in their Progress app or their Gradebook app, they export the grades, which you can certainly do. And that is a very simple way of managing your students' grades. And it's a very simple process in terms of their Blackboard access. So as your students would complete assignments in your Progress app here, at the end of the semester, you could click this button, Manage. You could export the grades in Blackboard format, and off you go. Okay, but if you'd like to have full grade return, we can do that as well directly into Blackboard. And the way that we would do that is we need to bring in some additional links. So let's do that now. So we're going to go back to Partner Content, go to Commercial Content. Now you'll see that there's a link up here. Instead of clicking on the logo below like we did, we're going to click here because we're already linked to a new course or to this course. And now we're going to have a little bit of a different view. Remember, we're going to select our book. You could click this button Linked, and all your linked courses will come up. See, now it says Linked to Course for this Pastorino book. Okay, but now it's going to bring up a content selection. So I can bring, we brought over this, which is just the full MindTap course in one link. But we already have that. So if you want to bring over this quiz, this mastery training, and this homework assignment, and you not only want to bring them over as individual links, but you want those grades to flow into your Blackboard gradebook, make sure that you click each one of these individually. Make sure that this Add to Gradebook is clicked. You might want to bring over the Cengage technical support link, confirm selections, confirm your folder, and off you go. So you will know that these are in here because you'll see individual links, and now there will be columns created in your Blackboard gradebook for each one of these items. And you can see that in your Grade Center. If you go to Full Grade Center, here they are. Chapter 1 quiz, Chapter 1 do mastery, and then here's the critical thinking assignment. So now all those grades will flow over. So it's very important if you want the grades from an activity to flow directly into your Blackboard gradebook, you need to come to Partner Content, Commercial Content, Cengage Learning Mind Links, select your book, and then select which content you'd want to come over. Now, it's up to you how many times that you do this. If you want to create folders inside of Blackboard in your folder called Week 1, Week 2, Week 3, you could do that. You could bring over, each of these items for Week 1. And then in your next folder, come back and do all these for Week 2. And so on and so on and so forth. Or you could make a folder called Homework Assignments. And you could just bring all of them in there one time and put them all in there. Or you could do none of it. And you could just bring this over one time and have all your students do the work in MindTap and then export the grades back and forth. It's totally up to you. But that is how you do it. The other nice part about having these individual links here is not only that there's full grade return, but the students, when they click on these links, will go directly into the activity. They won't go to the front MindTap screen and have to find the activity. They'll go directly into it, which is a really nice feature. Now, once they're in the activity, once they've completed it or X'd out of it, they are inside of the full MindTap and they can navigate anywhere that they like, which is really nice. I'll make sure that I provide some additional documentation on LMS integration, as each one of you will integrate MindTap or any of our technologies into your LMS in a very different way, I imagine. And so there's lots of different ways to do it, but just know that there's a lot of flexibility and a lot of different capabilities that we have to help you design the course the way that you want it. And we really just need to do it one time, and then each section and each semester we can copy them over so that you don't have a lot of workload between each class. If you have any questions, please let me know.